Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on Bittensor or Tau. And this is perhaps a little bit of a strange choice for a coin to cover over the course of this morning and everything that happened overnight, but I'll tell you why I wanted to cover it. I mean, it's been by far the strongest altcoin in my opinion over the course of the last 24 hours. Now, we were fortunate enough in the Signal group that we were able to enter a trade on this over the course of last week. We cashed out a lot of that, not everything, but a lot of that yesterday during that move up, which was great. But what I also said, or at least what I've said quite often, is that during bearish moves, it is key to keep in mind which cryptos hold up the best. Now, I would not argue that Tau held up the best, all right, because we got a spike after that liquidity crunch. Yes, we got bad news as well, but that was also a liquidity crunch that was very bearish for the markets. And Tau was able to recover very, very quickly after that and actually get a reclaim. I mean, here you can take a look at the 4-hour time frame. And you can check the same for Bitcoin. And you'll see that, yes, I mean, the last 4-hour time frame candle for Bitcoin was good, but the one before that, not so good. For Tau, they were both very good. And Tau was able to reclaim this very strong key level between $300 and $310. So that's why, you know, in this very bearish morning, obviously, I mean, a lot of bad things happened. Last 2 hours, we've seen some recovery, so that's good. But overall, I mean, this is in no shape or form enough recovery for for all the bearish momentum we've had. But Tau is holding up fairly well. And I would argue that not only, I mean, Tau was also holding up initially very well yesterday when the bearish momentum started. Yesterday evening when the bearish momentum started, with Trump talking about China again and potential countermeasures in terms of tariffs, Tau was holding this level at 370 and 360 relatively well. And then Tau started dropping down. There was also a liquidity crunch for Tau, and then we spiked down, but now we've recovered relatively well. And as long as we're able to hold $310 and $300, which given the strength we've seen so far this morning and just in general the strength we've seen for Tau, I would say that's most likely. And don't forget, I mean, AI has still been doing incredibly well over the course of the last 2 weeks when we're talking about AI stocks. And then when we're talking about crypto AI projects, it's very hard to find projects that are actually developing something that has value or perceived utility and you know, actually has some sort of potential. And Bittensor is one of those projects. So fundamentally, I think it's a very interesting project in general to keep an eye on. And then technically, I think this looks good. Now, do I think we can instantly rally from here? I think that's going to be tough. There's quite a lot of PTSD, not only in the markets, but also in buyers, which are obviously part of the market, but okay. So I would say it's most likely that we will be able to get some more stability right here, and that we'll be able to get stability on top of $300. But if we actually get some good news fundamentally, right? So that's basically de-escalation. That's what we want to see. If we see that, or very simply said, if we see a continued recovery from Bitcoin, then I think we will be able to get another rally into 370, which is our main price target. But Bittensor, I mean, like I said, both fundamentally for the long term, it's a very interesting project to know about and to research. But technically, I think you should not ignore moves like this either. I mean, right here you can see it's not really outperforming, but the more you zoom out, the more you can see how strong Bittensor is compared to the markets. Basically, like since 4 o'clock, so that's basically in the last 6 hours, Bittensor is the strongest performer. Second is Jasmy. Third is Aptos. So do with that what you want. And outside of that, the volume this morning has been incredibly strong as well, where the volume across the markets has actually decreased significantly, obviously because it's the weekend, but still that matters as well. So those are my thoughts. Definitely keep your eyes on that. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching. Take care, everybody, and bye.